Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back. So today we've got a little bit of a different kind of video. I'm not even doing like a pretty intro. We're just gonna go straight in barefaced to say hello. And we're gonna do a get ready with me. I actually picked up quite a few new products and I just want to try them on together. A lot of this is the new Rare Beauty stuff from Selena Gomez, which I had made up my mind I wasn't going to pick up because, I mean, I didn't need another celebrity makeup kind of thing. But when I saw the price point for the foundation, I was like, I'm going to try this. So I actually, full disclosure, have used all of this once. So this is not a first impression, but I also have not tested it long enough to be able to give you a very thorough review. I can tell you, obviously, what I experienced with my first wear, and obviously we're going to put it on again today. So let's go ahead and get started. And yeah, a couple of these things are not going to be new. So for example, my primer isn't new and my brows are already done. And just for reference, I use the Milk Cush Fiber Brow. This is one of my go-tos when I am in a hurry. So I am actually getting ready right now to go to church. And so I think I'm only going to have time right now to film the face portion. When I get back from church, I will film the eyes. So let's go ahead and go in with the Ciate Watermelon Burst, because this is what I used in the last time that I used this foundation, and I found that it worked very, very well. I think it's because it is a hydrating primer, and actually that's what I have read from people who have used this foundation. I've been nosy and have been seeing people's like comments on Sephora's site and stuff like that, and I did watch Raw Beauty Christie's video. I typically don't do that if I'm gonna do a review, but honestly, this isn't a review, and I was super on the fence with the products, so yeah. And I want to tell you, if you have dry skin, I have heard that if you don't go in with a moisturizing primer, this can get clingy. I don't know, because I have kind of normal skin. I do have dry areas. Full disclosure, I did not experience dry patches. And in fact, right off the bat, I am going to tell you that I fell in love with this foundation so fast that I thought, is this really going to give my Bite Beauty foundation a run for its money? And I think part of that is because it's so lightweight. It doesn't feel like I have anything on the skin. It looks very natural, but covers everything very nicely. I will also tell you, I don't have problematic skin. I think that's important to disclose, because I don't want you to be of the assumption that, you know, if maybe I have texture or acne scars, things like that, and this covers it all. I have pretty decent skin that doesn't need a whole lot of help, and so I want to be sure and disclose that. For reference, I did pick up the shade 210N, was it? I think, yeah, 210N, like that, like you'd be able to really see that. I'm sorry. So 210N, and it is the light medium neutral, the first of the two light medium neutrals. It does have like a little shaker, like it's like a little margarita shaker type thing. So I shake it a little bit. I was watching Stephanie of SMXLO. I think I always forget how to say her channel. And I think she shook it too much and it kind of went all over the place. I also really, really love the packaging. I think the bottle, I like it. My husband looked at it and was like, what the heck is that? I like it. I think it's different. I think it's basic but very pretty, and it's not glass, it's plastic. I like that. And so yeah, I think people are going to be on both sides of the fence with this because it is a doe foot applicator. I love that. Some people don't for hygiene purposes. But yeah, so for reference, I heard some people saying that this looked very cakey on them. The last time that I went in with this is what I did. I went in very, very minimal because I don't want it to look cakey. I am using my Too Faced Mr. Perfect foundation brush. I love this brush. I don't know if I love it for this foundation. I have not yet tried her concealer brush. I did pick that up, but I have heard amazing things about the foundation brush from this lineup. And so I think I may end up picking that up. I don't know. And this is obviously very skin looking. I mean, the amount I used by no means gave me full coverage. Scoot up a little bit so that you can see. But the reason I say I don't think this is the best brush for this is because when I used it yesterday and I went out I was driving and I went out into the, obviously the sunlight. I found that there were some areas that didn't look blended out, and there's nothing more frightening than already being out in the world and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got like a patch right here. Anyways, so I don't think this is the best brush for that. But yeah, so I am going to go in with just a tad more so that you can see what it does. But yeah, it's very, very, I don't know, it's very watery, I guess. It's very thin, and I like that because it doesn't feel like I've got anything on. Now, also want to disclose to you that when I used it yesterday, I was seeing pores in places I had never seen pores before. So, I mean, ultimately that's not a good thing. And that's why I say, like, I don't know yet if this one will overtake my favorite of Bite Beauty. That one is just, that one's amazing. But I loved how this one wore, truly. I feel like after it kind of settled into my skin, it just looked so, so nice. So I think it was just kind of a, see, like right here, I can again see all my pores, and I typically don't have that with other foundations. Usually my pores are like right here, and I don't really get them down to here. But like I said, I don't know. It might just be a, I don't know. It might just be like a first 5 minutes thing. That is done. So I don't have a new concealer. I did not pick up her concealer, and after seeing reviews, I was actually very glad I did not. So I'm going to go in with my Stay Naked concealer. I'm in the shade 30NN. This one I love because it is very, very lightweight, and it's a little bit more natural, which I think goes with this foundation. So I'm going to let that sit for a bit. This is a little on the light side for me. I accidentally picked up the wrong shade when I did my little Sephora haul a couple years ago or a year ago, and I didn't notice that till I had gotten home. But we're gonna let this concealer sit for just a bit while I take the concealer brush out of its box. So this is what I love this brush. I ended up picking it up because I have been looking for one like this that isn't super expensive. I've had my eye on the Hourglass one, and that one's super expensive. This one was $16, and it's that angled, interesting, new type of brush shape, and yeah, I'm super excited to see how this works. Oh my gosh. I can already tell you that I love it. This is exactly what I've been looking for. It's like the shape of a sponge, and it's so soft for the under eye area. See how my concealer is too light, but that's okay. Wow, this brush is incredible. Okay, I feel like now I really have to get the foundation brush. I think that's going to be a must. If it's as good as this, which I believe it is based on what I have seen, and has to be the same, you know, it's basically the same shape and the same feel, only bigger. And I am like, I'm here for this. This is incredible. What a great price for such a great brush. So I don't obviously have a new bronzer. I'm just going to go in with my Fenty cream bronzer and a Milk Makeup cream stick brush. It's nice and dense, so with this formula, it ends up working out very well. Ooh, I went on a little heavy. Thankfully, this bronzer is quite forgiving. So now, this product right here is the Marc Jacobs Finish Line Perfecting Coconut Setting Powder. Also, full disclosure, I did not pick this one up at Sephora. Ironically, the person who never finds good makeup at TJ Maxx found this loaner at TJ Maxx. It was $12.99, which I think is an amazing price because it's still at Sephora for $44. And I've been wanting to try this for a long time. At TJ Maxx, a lot of times I say I don't find stuff because it's just random little things. And sometimes there is stuff, but it's stuff I really wouldn't even buy at Sephora. So I'm like, I don't even want to buy it here, even if it is $12. But this is something I had my eye on when it first came out, kind of forgot about it. And I saw it and I was like, done. So again, I did use this once. I used it yesterday with this foundation. I'm going to keep it consistent. One thing about this foundation, I did not set my whole face because it is that skin-like type of finish, and I want my skin-like finish to peek through. So I will use this to set my under eyes, kind of go on my chin and right here, like between my brows, a little bit on my nose and stuff like that. But as far as being like an all over, I don't like setting this foundation all over. And, you know, it's just preference, really. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of powder and bring that down. I like to go down right here to the little crevice of my nose because that area gets always like starts breaking up and stuff. That's just something I am used to with pretty much any product. It's just my skin or whatever. But so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna go in with the tiniest bit more and go right here, a little right there. I did right here, obviously. And then lastly, we'll go right here. And that's it, really. I don't even know to tell you that I get oily. It's just that it looks better in those areas when I set it. By the way, I am so impressed with this powder. So if you have a chance to get your hands on it at TJ Maxx or whatever, I do highly, highly recommend. They also have the Anastasia translucent powder, but sometimes I'll be at TJ Maxx, and if I do stumble across something, I'll go to the Sephora website and read reviews because once you buy it, you're committed. So let's move on to blush. I did pick up two blushes. I picked up Bliss and I picked up Joy. Joy is the dewy finish. Bliss is the matte finish. So Joy I used yesterday. So I'm going to use Bliss today. I'm going to tell you this blush, Joy, is absolutely sensational. I am so in love with that blush. There is no going back. I'm truly, truly impressed. So this is what Bliss looks like. You've probably already seen it in a ton of other reviews. It's a matte kind of nude pink finish. These are so pigmented that I already knew that going in because if you saw Raw Beauty Christie's video, then you know those things are pigmented. These things are pigmented. However, I went in with 1.5 little dots, and even that was too much. So I'm like, how did I mess this up even though I watched and knew? Anyways, it was easy to fix because I hadn't overdone it, but I'm definitely going to show you how pigmented they can be. And the nice thing about these types of things, you can always build up. Ooh, it's kind of clumpy there. I'm hoping you can see that. Why is that like that? Ugh. I'm not even tell you what that reminds me of, but okay, you might already know. So, let's see how we can do this without being super. Anyways, Real Techniques blush brush. Also found this at Marshall's a couple weeks ago for $3.99. No going back. My new blush brush of life. I love it. Oh my gosh, this shade is so pretty, you guys. Oh my goodness. So that was like the perfect amount with Joy. I think because it's a little bit more potent in the shade. It's, you know, I think you can be, this one's a little more forgiving, I think. But look how easy it is to build up, and you can definitely see the blush there. It's like such a beautiful flush of color that I am so in love with these blushes. So I thought I was gonna like Joy more than Bliss, and now I don't even know what to tell you. They are both equally stunning that I just can't. I am mind blown by these blushes, truly. Okay, so for highlight, I did pick up a new NARS, it's semi-new. It was new when, it was new to the store, but I think it's been online for a good, probably 3-4 months now, but it's the new face palette by NARS. You know what it's called. I'm not going to go into that. Just, you know, family channel here. So anyways, this is what it looks like. Yes, you can already tell what this is based on the name on the cover. And it is absolutely incredible. Again, I've used this once, but oh my gosh, fell in love, and there is no going back. The highlight in this palette, you guys, is absolutely incredible. Probably the most blinding highlight NARS has ever released. I'm not even kidding. Using my Milk Makeup highlight brush. In case you're curious, this was a set from last holiday season, and I'm hoping they do a repeat of some sort in, like, maybe they'll do eye brushes or something. But this is so, so pretty. I can't get over this highlight. All right, you guys, here is the face. I love it. Again, I have such a joy and excitement over these products that I can't even tell you. So that being said, I am going to head on over to church, and then as soon as I'm back, then we will reconvene and do the eyes. BRB. All right, my friends, I am back and ready to do the eyes. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Eyes are already primed and ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Fenty Beauty Snap Shadow eyeshadow palette in the shade Money. She released 2 new ones, number 9 and number 10. This one is number 10. Forget what number 9 is called, but this is a very green themed palette. And if you are familiar with my channel and my tastes in eyeshadow, green is one of my very favorites. It just makes my eye color pop. And so when I saw that she was releasing this, I was like, oh my gosh, done. So I have worn this once, and it was in my last video actually. And I think I really like it. But again, I've used most of this stuff once. So kind of too soon to really give you a, overall synopsis. One thing I do want to tell you is I found that these shades are very smooth to the touch and easy to apply. They build really nicely. I don't know if that's any different from her other Snap Shadows because those didn't get great reviews, but this is a limited edition version. Well, at least that's what it says on the Sephora website. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this brown shade. This is gonna be a super simple eye look because I'm also going in with one of the Chromium eyeshadows by Natasha Denona in the shade Scarab. So let's go in with the shade Rubber Bands, which is the brown shade right there. Again, this is going to be so basic and so easy, so quick, but it really is just, yeah, it's just because this is a super standout shade. So I'm just gonna place this right here. For the inner portion of the lid, so here's the deal. I'm gonna use 2 shades on the lid. The matte, or one of the mattes in here for the inner portion, and then the Chromium shade all over the rest of the lid. Like I said, it's gonna be super easy peasy. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Thyme is Money. That's super cute. Whoever knows how to do these plays on words, y'all are brilliant. And just a small little packer brush, nothing super special. This one's from BH Cosmetics. I tell y'all every single time I get my brushes in sets, I find it's the most cost-effective way. And so a lot of times there is no brush name on there. So just going to place this right here. It's not going to be anything super spectacular, but that's because I'm trying to give the other shadow its moment. And so I am literally just going in with this right here. Right, let's go into the Chromium eyeshadow. Now, I like to use a brush when using this shade. Like I said, I've used it once, so I'm acting like I know all about it. But these are a 6-month shelf life, which is a little discouraging because they are so expensive. But truly, this one seemed like the one that would look the most potent, I guess, as a triochrome, and I'm hoping you can really see how unique that really is. It's absolutely stunning. When I first pulled this out of the little box, I was like, wow, this is like the best $28 I've ever spent. I think that's how much it was. I know. Hence the reason I only picked up one. I don't know if on me, during the time that I wore it, I just couldn't see the shift because it was on my own eye, or if it looks like there's a true shift in the bottle and then once you put it on your eye, there's really not so much. I don't know, but I didn't find that it, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, you guys. I don't find that it truly shifted as much as I hoped it would, but again, could be just because it was on my eyeball. So I took quite a bit on the brush, and now I'm just gonna literally place this down. Holy moly. So now, yeah, I can really see the shift right now. Interesting, because when I've used it that first time, I hope you can see that shift. I'm seeing something really lovely happening, which is mainly the reason why I don't do first impressions for y'all, because I feel like you really do need to try something out 2, 3, 4 times to really get an idea of how you like it. Wow, this is looking so, so nice. Maybe it's because I paired it with a very deep green the last time I paired it with this one. Maybe it didn't let it have its moment. I don't know. I really want to go back into that shade, Time is Money. I've heard time pronounced thyme and time. So I don't know, I feel like it's one of those caramel type of things. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna go back in because I did lose some of that. And I'm also trying to blend in a little bit where those two meet so that it doesn't look so harsh as per usual. Okay, so that matte green shade is taking quite a bit of building up. So again, why first impressions are not the best option, because I had a really good first impression and now I'm like, maybe I see what everyone else was talking about. So I'm gonna go in with this shade called Flash Money, the gold, and I'm just gonna place that on the inner corner. We're not even gonna do falsies today or anything. It's literally just gonna be mascara. That shade is beautiful. This gold shade goes like so beautifully with green. Wow, I do like that. I'm just gonna go, what do I wanna do? I'm gonna go in with this deeper green for the lower lash line. Okay, so that looks beautiful. Do you ever feel like you've got a bad eye? Like, of course, one eye, your eyeliner looks better. One eye, sometimes your eyeshadow goes on patchier, like just random stuff. This is that eye for me, both for eyeliner and for shadow. I feel like there's a little bit of a flub up there. So my apologies if you can really see it. So I'm gonna go off camera real quick and just put on some black liner. I'm not gonna do any kind of liquid liner, no wing, nothing like that. I'm just gonna place this in my waterline, up in my tight line, and then I'm gonna add some mascara and I will BRB. So the eyes are done. Super, like I said, super easy. It looks really dramatic and it may not be 1000% spot on, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result, especially given the fact that I didn't see the shift as much the first time and I do now. So I'll come back to that. Last thing that we're gonna put on is the Fenty Beauty Pro Kisser Luscious Lip Balm. I feel like this dramatic look calls for a more dramatic lippy. However, this is part of the new stuff that I bought, and ultimately I was planning on doing a very natural look because of the theme of the Rare Beauty lineup. However, I didn't have a new palette. That's actually a lie because I just realized I got the new Natasha Denona palette in, but I really wanted to use this and do a dedicated video to that. So I didn't have a very natural eye, but that's okay. I don't think you mind. This particular one is in the shade Pinch Me. I think I am gonna go back and get the Cocoa Drizzle shade because these, you guys, I have used this twice. The only thing I've used more than once, and I am forever hooked. All right, my friends, well, that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I feel like I did a whole lot of talking, and I apologize if you feel like I talked too fast. I was trying to get a lot in here in a shorter amount of time. But before I let you go, just want to ask for a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, just fun to watch, whatever the case. And if you are new, that you would consider subscribing just in case you want to be notified of any future videos that I do post. Just hit that little bell as well. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. Before I let you go, I'm gonna give you a quick verse of the day. This is one you already know, but it's sometimes so important to rehear it, And it is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I love that verse. It is the very basis for my faith. And I just, it's such good news that I have to share it with you guys. I just want to tell you that Jesus loves you so very much. I love you. I may not know you, but just know that I love you, and you are always welcome here on my channel. I pray that if you don't already know Jesus as your best friend and your savior, that you would come to know him in that way. It is the most life-changing thing. I would hands down talk about him more than makeup any day of the week. And it is my prayer that you feel his peace and his presence, especially if you're going through difficult times, but regardless, that you would feel his presence and his peace near to you. All right, guys, I will see you in the very next video. I have so many videos to film, so that means more content coming your way. I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.